Hello there guys, and welcome back to Age of Wonders 3. If you remember at the end of the last video, I was deciding I was going to go and attack these dragons, which I probably should do, but I'm starting to think it might be a bit of a bad idea. I could possibly take out the two dragons, but the chances are I'm going to take heavy casualties even if I do manage it. I was going to carry on declining the offer of this particular hero because he's an Archdruid and I don't really need another. You're going to stay here until we actually have some ability to do something. So we have actually produced some new units. Skin of Oil has been researched. We have a domain invasion, but that's the other guy who isn't doing an awful lot. And it's just a bore. Now we do of course want to ride out and try and deal with a little mission that we have over here. We've got, can't see exactly where it is on the map, and I'm not sure which of these cities there they are, there. Let's have a look. Please tell me about this quest again. Yeah, we don't know how big it's going to be. It is medium. We have to defeat a Shrine of Smiting, and those shrines can do a lot of damage. They really can do a lot of damage. I think I'm going to ignore that quest for the time being. We're going to go for Druidry 4 because we certainly need the ability to be able to cast ourselves some more spells. Definitely don't want you to join. I have an upgrade available on this hero. Now, where are we here? This is the one that's actually near the dragon, so this could potentially be of a good benefit here. If we go for Dragon Slayer party, all units in the hero's army gain Dragon Slayer, causing them to deal +3 damage to dragon units. It's certainly worth having that, isn't it? And let's have some more range strength. Question is, do I try and attack the dragons? Is it foolish? Should I give it a go? Difficult to say. What have we got here? We've got 2 archers. We also have a storm sister. We do need more here if we can get them. We should probably go for hunters over archers is what people have been telling me. So I will get a hunter. I'll get a unicorn rider. And I will eventually replace the archers with the hunters, which are the sort of Archdruid specific unit. We have some more production over here. We do have a little bit of an army. We don't have a priest in there, which I think we should probably get. So let's have a priest. And we'll also get a storehouse in there. And then we'll probably go on to merchandise and just see what happens from then on. So do we attack these dragons? It's risky. It's very risky because they have the defensive line here. I'm more inclined to just stay close by and let them attack me. That's what I prefer to happen. So I'll sit next to them for one more turn. Hopefully they don't produce another unit within that time. And we will see what happens with that. I am going to have to take my main army off over to the east at some point and explore these areas and try and get these guys on side. But I certainly want to wait until I have a few more units there before I do that. I think you guys should just carry on to heal up and we can go out and start clearing some of this stuff off to the west. Okay, so what do we have going on? We need to produce something over here. Now, what would be nice to have? Let's get a shooting grounds, a war hall, and wooden walls because they are always useful. And then let's go for a lab so we can get some more research going. Very similar thing over here. We'll have the stone walls though, and we'll have a storehouse. Right, they didn't attack on that turn. Do I attack back now? It's risky. It's very risky. I could potentially lose 2 heroes here, but I do have 2 heroes. Probable victory. Now, obviously, they're going to get the first turn, which is what puts us at a disadvantage. I mean, it's not a city, so they don't have an awful lot to hide behind. There's nothing here that gives them an awful lot of protection or bonuses. Now they do have some quite nasty AoE, but it does have a 1-turn cooldown, so as you can see they've hit well, the first dragon's hit everybody with it. Yeah, so everybody's already taken a stupid amount of damage before the match even starts. So these guys should be very weak to fire. Yeah, they have a 20% fire weakness, and there's no point trying to do anything on them that is frost. So what abilities do we have with our leaders? We have 2 leaders here. Do you have any form of fire ability? No. Do you have any form of fire ability? No. I, however, do, which is probably the best thing that I can use on them. This is going to be very, very risky. We're not going to do an awful lot of damage to them at all. The potential risk to my leaders, I'm going to have to just try and charge them, hopefully reducing a lot of their ability for retaliation, but not completely reducing their ability for retaliation. Let's put it this way. We will have our... Oh, let's just charge him with the unicorns. I can see this going quite badly. Yeah, we're already starting to lose quite a lot here. Now, will this hero survive the retaliation? Probably. Is panicked, though. Did take a lot of damage back. Shouldn't be able to retaliate again. Which means we do get another hit in there. I'd sooner take one dragon out completely. Right, at least now we only have one more dragon to worry about. We do have a Storm Sister over here. I didn't realise that we had. Let's take the shot. It's not going to do an awful lot of damage. Okay, so we've taken quite a bit of damage here. Our heroes are in pretty bad shape, but what we must remember is that this dragon can only attack once on this turn. One of our heroes is actually feared and has ran away, which isn't all that bad of an idea, to be honest. So the question is, can I actually do enough damage to kill this dragon in a single round? The answer to that is probably no. But I'm going to do as much as I can to try. Now, do we have a heal? 25 health. Let's start with the healing and see what we can do. Now, the dragon's going to do a lot more damage back than I can actually do to the dragon. The dragon has a lot more health, which makes things very, very difficult here. I'm just going to guard and see what happens. Maybe we can fireball the dragon again on the next turn. He'll probably go for the Storm Sisters. Oh, he's going for the Storm Sisters, which isn't terrible because it means he did move and took some more damage from my main hero. So, I did say that I'll probably lose a lot of units here. I fully expected that to happen. Fortunately, I don't have enough mana to cast anything useful. Could go for a Magic Fist. It's probably worth doing that because it would mean that I do some damage without actually taking any damage back. So let us... But then again, there's a problem with doing that, is it means we won't actually be facing him. So let's turn to face him, which will make it more difficult for him to be able to retaliate on us. How much health does he have? 49. I couldn't even do that in 2 attacks, so let's actually hit him with the ranged for now. It's not going to do an awful lot of damage, but it will do some. Just depends now how much we can take. No, we're actually dead. Actually managed to kill us, and we've lost one of our heroes there, which is a bit of a shame. Well, we did kill one of them. It's very much a shame that we didn't manage to finish them off. He may well come after this hero now, which is a real possibility. She does get an upgrade, so let's give her some better healing. That's all she can take for now. This army is going to stay here. This army is mostly recovered, so we're going to start moving back out towards the west with you. Now, what was that, and did we already clear it? Ancient ruins explored, so we're going to have to go up here and deal with this watchtower. So you can stay there for now. Do we own that watchtower? Yeah, we own that watchtower. So is that dragon going to attack us? It may well. He's breaking his peace with me. I don't know why he keeps doing this, because I can literally just go in and... No, it won't actually do anything on this turn. On the next turn, I can try and declare peace with him again and see what happens. So we have this dragon. It has recovered some of its health. I've recovered some of mine. Obviously, if I attack, there is a possibility... Well, he will get to go first. There's no doubt about that. If I move in there first, he will get to go. But do you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Now, this is going to be very, very risky, because I could potentially lose a second hero here. But you do get heroes back. The question is, what will he do to try and kill me? This is going to come down to 1 or 2 turns. Is he going to use his AoE on me? Yes, he has. Which is a bit of a waste, because it doesn't really do all that much damage. So that was actually very good for me. So if I use my fireball on him, because he does have a fire weakness, and that's about the most damage I can do to him. And then I could potentially longbow 9, but shoot, so I can trigger up to 3 times. So let's do this and see how much damage we can actually do. Not a great deal. Right, this is what's going to determine whether or not he kills me, and he probably will if he goes for a flank. Yeah, he has managed to kill me. I shouldn't have taken that risk. I got too greedy. I really wanted to take out that dragon lair, and now I have lost 2 heroes because of that. It's not the end of the world. It is still possible for me to recover from this. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my main army in just to take that, because I've lost so many units now in trying to get it. I feel that I must do something in order to mean it's not a complete and total loss. So what are we going to give this guy? Seems to be getting a lot of undead around, so we'll give him turn undead. We'll also give him some extra hit points because they are always good, and we'll give him monster slayer as well because we're getting quite a few monsters around. We will go in here and do this fight straight away. Very likely victory against some pretty weak draconian units, so we should be able to get that. So maybe I got a little bit too aggressive too early on. I should have taken a bit more time to at least attempt to build up an army and try and take that dragon lair. It'll certainly be worth it once I get it. I will get more heroes offered to join me later on, so it's not as if I'm going to be down 2 heroes permanently. And it is early on in the game, so the heroes that I've lost weren't particularly highly upgraded, so there's not too much to worry about there. Now this particular setup that I've got isn't great because these guys don't have a lot of movement, and of course draconian units are also quite resistant to fire as well, so we'll put guarding flame on our main guy and see what he can do. In fact, what I'm very inclined to do is to just charge in with these units. We're going up against quite weak units that can do very little back to us in return in terms of retaliation, so I think we will just do as much damage as we can. Now, throw stones only works once, so we might as well get closer so we don't suffer from the ranged penalty. So that's a nice bit of damage there. Charging with the boar riders. Might finish them off. Yeah, it does. Brilliant. So let's just charge in here with our hero. He will take a fair bit of damage back, but he does have Guardian Flame. These Deep Guard can still move in, although they're not going to do an awful lot that's useful. Let's put them on guard. End the turn. These guys might attack my hero. This will be where I lose another hero unit, you watch. Yep, so they are attacking and I'm retaliating. We'll obviously attack these guys here because they're nice and easy to kill. And what I'll probably do is just use these guys from the back just to flank them. So again, took a little bit of damage but didn't lose any units, and that's fine because we do heal up as turns go on. Brilliant. Okay, so what do we have here? This is our dwarven city. What should we be building here? It's probably worth having a siege workshop at some point. And let's get the public baths going for a bit of extra happiness. And the lab so that we can get some more research going. You require orders. You're going to sit here and just heal up for now. So let us end the turn. He has declared war. What a surprise. We've got a domain invasion over here, which is neutral units. They may choose to attack. I don't know if they will. What is this city actually doing? Is it producing anything? No. So what you're going to do is produce a hunter and another unicorn rider, and hopefully you can defend yourself a little more. I'm going to select a new research. Bless is quite nice. Actually give a target friendly unit some extra defenses, so let us do that. Other guy's gone to war with us, which is very, very annoying. Now let's see if this works again. It's a little bit strange when it does, but let's offer a peace treaty and send proposal and see what happens. He does keep going to war with him. We will have to deal with him at some point, but I'd rather have myself a little bit of an army first before I start worrying about that. So let us get ourselves... Arcane Iron Forge does take a while, and I'm not quite ready to build anything there yet. Let's just go for merchandise for a while and actually just get some money coming in. Now this army requires my orders. We're going to move forwards, and we're actually going to move up and try and get to the dragons if we can. Hopefully before they have too much of a chance to to recover. So we've got Arctic Concealment because we just went through that shrine, which is quite nice. We'll go and pay a visit to the dragons shortly. You can stay there for a turn or two just to heal up. Now, we did have a domain invasion from our little at-war friend, but I can't see where any of his units are. Hopefully we're not going to lose a city here. Now we are being attacked, which is very unfortunate in this particular city. Where did they even come from? Obviously, we're going to go in manual combat. We don't want to lose the city here. We do have walls, which is very good for us. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of range. And we get to go first because we're the defending army, which is always useful. So we are going to stay behind our walls for as long as possible. And we are going to start off with a Hornet Swarm. It is pretty much going to use all of our ability, and these do have a blight protection, but it will instantly do some damage to all of them. Unicorn Riders are very much going to just sit still for the time being. What I am going to do though is put them a little bit closer behind the gate, which will mean I can move out more quickly later on. So let's let them have their turn. Of course, if we do lose this city, it'll be easy enough to take back, so it's not that much of a problem, but I'd have just rather not had to deal with it. So, we don't have anything left to... We could do a Bless, actually. It's probably worth doing that. So we'll give that as much as we can. Yeah, until the end of combat. I should have checked that first, but I thought it was the end of combat. So, let's let them move a little bit closer. They can shoot over the walls. They do take a range penalty, of course. Okay, that's about as much as we can do. So now my option is to charge out and to try and deal with them. It's going to be the same damage to either of them, pretty much. There's one unit completely removed. Now, obviously, everyone's going to get to take a triple shot at me now. Now, the other guys are going over the walls. Oh, they only get single shots. That is very useful. Okay, now let's remember we can teleport up here if we need to. Yep, they are continuing to move up onto the walls, try and take advantage of the high ground. They are flanking, which is very annoying. Now, we could actually run around to them, which I think we will, because that way we actually get the charge bonus. And they're dead. So even though that was a very likely defeat, it just proves that even with one unit, with a bit of careful planning, you can actually still win. So that's not terrible. We're now at peace. See, he's actually accepted peace. And I suppose in a few turns he will break the peace again. And then we'll go for peace once more. And I don't know. I don't know what he's playing at. Revitalise. Unit's abilities are taken off cooldown and 50% of its movement is restored. Could be very useful. Nature freely offers its bounties to creatures providing mana, food, water and shelter wherever they go. Summoned units require 25% less upkeep cost. That's going to become more and more important as this game goes on, so we're definitely going to get that there. This city is now going to produce a... What are you going to produce? Let's go for a temple and then just have you on merchandise for a few turns. Get some gold coming in. Right. Can we... And indeed, should we take you to these dragons? Can't quite get there yet, which is fine. You're almost healed up. We have an unexplored legendary dungeon. I've also got a good spot here, potentially, for another city. Which I think might be what we do. So let's have a little look out here and see what we can find. Yeah, we have got a few units here that we do need to clean up. But this could be a good spot for a city, and a dwarven city as well, actually. If this is our dwarven city here, which in fact it is, we're going to take the lab off of the cooldown there, put the settler on, and then we will put the lab on. So we'll get a settler that we can move out. You are just going to stay there and heal, because you did an amazing job of defending us last time. So, we've got some growth. We've got a new thing to research. Long Strider. Archer and support units receive 8 extra movement. Definitely. Definitely want that. I've always liked archers, and the fact that we're going to have a lot of hunters is going to be good for us. Okay, it's the start of a new turn. Not quite a full army here. That dragon is still severely injured, and we have our leader present, and we have a full round of casting available to us. So we should be able to take this dragon out nice and easy. Of course, he'll start as he always starts. He'll fly in and use his AoE attack on me, damaging a lot of units, which is a bit of a pain. However, I'm just going to drop a fireball straight on his head. It's already done a fair bit of damage to him. And we do have some range, so let's try and take him at range where we can. Yes, there's a penalty, but might be able to get him. Let's move a little closer. One more shot. No, he's still alive. We do have hunters, though. Brilliant. He's dead. And we get a promotion for the hunters as well. So, good stuff all around. Good. Glad that we finally got that. There are a few independents around, so we do need to be careful. City awaits its fate. We are definitely going to absorb that. Unit requires orders. You're just going to sit and wait. It would be nice to clear these things out, of course. We have a dungeon. We have some ancient ruins. We'll probably get to exploring those pretty soon. You need to take these guys out as well, I think. So let's go into that. Very likely victory. We've only used 10 of our casting points for our leader as well. Now, what's this ability here? All friendly units on the battlefield, which means they're friendly units because it's a defensive ability. All friendly units on the battlefield are statically charged, gaining static shield. All enemy units are discharged and suffer 20% static weakness. So we all get a static weakness and they all do static damage, which is a giant pain, but not the end of the world. Again, of course, we've got our units that don't particularly have a lot of range. Though their stuff isn't really immune to fire, which is good for us. So let's take shots where we can. Let's just start charging down some of the scarier units. We don't want the ones that can heal and things. They're going to be the biggest problem to us. And a lot of these have physical protection as well, which is obviously something to be mindful of. Actually gone and got my guy stunned there, but let's run in and try and kill them with the leader. Leaders are usually a lot more resistant to things like stun. We do have the deep guard. They are a mile back, but let's move them forward. Getting my own units stunned is never a good idea because it means they can't fight on the next turn, and they can't retaliate either, which is a real pain. So these guys can just come in and just hack away at my boar riders without any retaliation. So that was a little bit silly of me. Now these guys are stunned. So not a particularly great start. So let's have a triple shot at these guys if we can, because they are fairly weak. It is a flanking shot. It's one less thing that can stun us. We definitely want to go... We're going to take some damage from these guys, of course, because we're running past them, which is a pain. But we do manage to take out those guys. And the only thing we can do really here is run in with our hero and try and take these guys from behind. Could have used Turn Undead, actually, which probably would have been a better option. But they've only got one unit left. Let's see what they're going to do. I'm going to attack these guys. Bit of a shame, because they did die. Don't really want to turn undead though. They will have a damage, a weakness to spirit. Oh no, no particular weakness. But I think we can finish them off. There we go. So we did lose a couple of units, but we did get the place cleared, so that's not too much of a problem. What did we actually lose? We lost a boar rider and we lost a deep guard. The deep guard aren't all that useful anyway, but we will get ourselves another boar rider because we do quite like those, and we'll add a firstborn to the queue as well. And you might as well just sit around, guard the area until that settler arrives. You are going to continue to just camp around there now. We're getting some additional units for you. What are we building here? Another unicorn rider. I think we'll get a shaman going as well. We'll have another hunter. We're starting to make ourselves a little bit of an army. We'll have one more turn and see what we can actually do with it. See if there's anything useful. So we've still got this army here, which is doing quite well. We've actually got something on the ground, actually, which I didn't realise before. Oh, of course, these are items that we lost from our other leader. So I've got a locket that gives me immunity to spirit. So let's definitely pick that up. Another bow, which I don't really need. A blow dart, which I don't really need. And a lightning wand, which I don't really need. I haven't found a way to destroy any of these yet. I can't find a trash icon. I don't know whether or not there is one. But you do find, particularly if you get a lot of leaders that die, and if you start killing enemy leaders, you do pick up a lot of these weapons, which are pretty useless because they're the common weapons that the leaders always start with. So you do end up carrying around a lot of junk. So let's leave you there. Oh, okay. Oh, right, that's one of your units, is it? And you're building there, are you? How rude. Because that's where I wanted to build a city. The AI does love doing this. I think what we will do, and this is probably very risky, I'm going to declare war on him. Now, I won't be able to attack him straight away, but I will be able later on to try and take that city, and then we'll see if we can declare peace before he has a chance to really do anything about it. So probably can't actually attack on this turn. Oh, we can actually. So let's go and get that done. He doesn't really stand much of a chance here. Obviously he gets to move first. Don't have my main leader here, which is a bit of a pain. He's just gone to guard up, which is absolutely fine. So let us take ourselves some root spears. Do him some damage. Reduce his ability to move is the plan anyway. I'm just going to start moving units forward. Get them facing the right way. If you please. Guard up. You're not going to be able to hit from there anyway, so guard up. You guys move forward. Might as well put Guardian Flame on the Boar Riders in case we get an opportunity to charge. And we've got our leader. You're going to run right forwards as well. Guard up. Let's end the turn. Now, I'm not sure how many units he has around, but we should be okay. Very pitiful and pathetic crossbow damage, so don't mind that too much. Let's move forwards. We'll take a triple shot. Yes, we do have some penalties, but damage is damage. We do have the additional ranged strength. You guys aren't really going to be able to do a lot, but we will take a shot with you if we can. Done some damage there. Right, you guys are going to charge in. Didn't get the kill, sadly, but you did a fair amount of damage to them. You probably won't be able to get there, but you're going to get close. In fact, you can hit them with your Spirit Ray. Was flanking. So, it does give them another opportunity to counter-attack, but I think they're pretty much done for here. Yep, there they go. Brilliant. So, we have got ourselves a free city. So, city awaits its fate. We're definitely going to absorb. And then we can't... oh, we can actually. Let's have a peace treaty. Now I've stolen your city. Which I only stole because you built it where I wanted to put one. So it's your own fault, really. What have we got going on here? Which city is this? Oh, that's the... is that our capital city? No. This is our capital city here, isn't it? Yeah, Throne City. So this is our dwarf city up here. What do we want to do with you? Probably get those public baths going and then do merchandise for a couple of turns. I think you're just going to sit here and guard. It took us an awful long time to get this dragon area, and we'd rather not lose it if at all possible. You're definitely just going to sit there and guard that city until it grows a little. And that's pretty much all I can do on this turn. So it was unfortunate that I did happen to lose a couple of my leaders, but I did manage to grab the dragon's dwelling, which is absolutely brilliant because it means we will be able to produce dragons for ourselves at some point. We can't do that right now, but we will definitely be able to produce wyverns or wyverns, whichever way you want to pronounce it, to start with. And then later on we will actually be able to produce fully fledged dragons, so that's going to be fun. And we did manage to get ourselves another city, even if it wasn't quite in the way we intended. I'm going to allow that settler to continue to produce because I might find another area down here somewhere where I can drop another city. Overall, I've got pretty good control of the map. We do still need to scout out over onto the east and get as many of these cities on side as possible. And we also need to go over here and clear out some of these cities here just to make sure that they don't give us too much problem later on. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying the series and I will see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.